Morning. It is Saturday. Um, it's not a sunny Saturday. It's kind of gloomy out, but I prefer it because it means I can live stream without the sun raining down on me. But you know what is raining down on me? Water a little bit. I'm getting little sprinkles of precipitation. Not to sound all technical on you. Let's go ahead and turn on the chats. I'm here with my Vietnamese coffee. Smoke Eater, Ekram, Laszlo, Chi-Town, California. I did a live stream very early last week. It was around like quarter to 9 a.m. Pacific, and a bunch of people were like, "Whoa, that's too early. We missed it." So I figured let's just go a little late today. It's almost 11 a.m. It is 10:51 a.m. About. Let's get down to business, right? What are we doing? Let's talk. So guys, thank you for all the birthday wishes. I read I read every single comment. And you guys honestly warm my heart. I'm so lucky to have amazing viewers like you guys. And honestly, especially if you're here on the live stream, like chilling with me every weekend, you guys are kind of even a more special subset, if I'm honest. Don't tell the rest of the people. Because you guys are the regulars, right? I get to hang out with you every week. So, Kevin, thank you for the super chat, bro. Arnell says, "Happy birthday, old man." Yeah. Well, a lot of you gave me some really awesome advice. A lot of you gave me some really awesome perspective. And, man, much needed. I definitely needed to hear that. So, yeah, thank you. On to bigger and better. But maybe someone may or may not have guessed the grail that I got myself. But I'm not going to tell you today because I'm going to film a video on it. I'm going to show. I am so freaking excited to show off what I got. I think you guys are going to be so excited. You guys keep guessing. People need to keep guessing. That's the bottom line. But yeah, I'll give you two hints, okay? Because you guys are my regulars. I've mentioned it on this channel before, and it's a huge grail for me. Chi-Town, California, with the super chat saying we're all your regulars. Like Metamucil, exactly. Gotta stay regular, prune juice, Metamucil, Belvita cookies. James K, certified T3 bot and moderator, is here, and he says Jory had a huge grail. Also, what's Vietnamese coffee? Steven, certified T3 bot, asks. Steve Perez says the Invicta Reverso. Blocked. Oh man, Steven Simmons says what you got, George or Binks, a JLC. I cannot tell you how many people called me George or Binks in the 90s when episode 1 came out. I wanted to hang myself. I was upset during that period of time. I hate Jar Jar Binks. I don't want to be associated with Jar Jar Binks. Yeah. Anyway, what is Vietnamese coffee? Well, I have a lot of viewers from various parts of Asia, even Southeast Asia. Vietnamese coffee, Vietnamese iced coffee, it's essentially very, very strong coffee, and they put sweetened condensed milk in it. And so this is kind of my weekly treat because when I drink coffee, I drink it straight. I drink it black. I don't like cream or sugar in it. But the way they prepare Vietnamese coffee, for some reason, it tastes very good. And so I have one every week. I have it on Saturday. A little bit of a treat for myself. No big deal. Yeah. So that's Vietnamese coffee. John Free says, "Hey, old man." Yeah. I am an old man. And John, I keep forgetting, is it free or fray? Or fry? Because you've corrected me a few different times, and I forgot which one is the right one. Mr. Shinobi says, Jory, number 30. Okay, it's John Fry, certified T3 bot. Thank you, John. I'm making a mental note of that because I've said it 3 different ways, and I keep forgetting how you corrected me. Jar Jar Binks is the Invicta of Star Wars. Jar Jar Binks is the Death Star. Um, Cowboy Swami says happy 40. I'm scrolling up to read all the birthday wishes. Charles Jackson says, "Hey, what up, J-Man?" Dean is here. Says, "Good morning, Jory." I'm very happy Dean is here. Guys, check out Dean on Instagram. He has a collection of very obscure Orients, and I follow him. So not only is he a great viewer, he has a really interesting collection of Orients that I had never heard about until I followed him. Kevin says 30 isn't all that bad. Turned 30 in January. Well, thank you. You have a little bit of a head start for me, so maybe give me some advice as you learn. I'd appreciate that. Adrian says, "Happy dirty 30." Now you can say I'm too old for that stuff. I'm too old for that stuff. I'd be like Glover in Lethal Weapon, where he's like, "I'm too old for this." Spunk Gaming says, "Happy birthday." Super Michelle says, "Congrats, I'm 39." Immersed Session says, "Did you reveal the watch you got?" I did not. Not yet. Not yet, but I'm very excited to. I think you guys, C's 87 is here. He says, "Happy 30." I think you guys are going to be very, very excited. Um, I think I think a lot of you already know, though, kind of. Kevin Pavlis with the super chat. Thanks, bro. Mr. Sly169 says, "Shave bird." I'm not going to shave my bird. I don't think I can do that on YouTube without getting demonetized and banned. Rob Peters says, "What's a perfect 8 to stop aging?" Rob Peters says, "What's a perfect 8 to stop aging?" I think you meant what's a perfect age to stop aging. I don't know. I mean, hopefully you age for a while, right? So you can live a while if that's what you want. But Vince says, "Stop whining about your age. You get my message on Instagram." I got your comment on YouTube to check my Instagram. I get hundreds of messages a day. I'll get to you, Vince. Don't worry. I will. I'll after I finish live streaming, I'll go into my inbox and I'll reply to you for sure. Vince is a hilarious dude, by the way. Always appreciate his comments. Jared Packer, certified T3 bot, says it's a TW Steel. Yeah, dude, I wanted that JBL speaker for my 30th birthday. So how do you get a JBL speaker? You buy a TW Steel. There's 106 people here, 107. Let's go ahead and do the wrist check. Okay. I'm wearing something I don't wear often enough, but I'm going to start wearing more because I love it. I'm wearing my Hamilton Khaki Field Automatic. That's right. Why don't I wear this one that much? Because ever since I got my Hamilton Khaki Mechanical 38, the reissue, when I got that on my 29th birthday, that's all I've wanted to wear. When I want to wear a field watch, I go for that one. But then I threw this on, this like canvas strap, and I was like, dang, I really like this. So, and there is something to be said about the 42 millimeter size. So, although I prefer the 38, I feel like that's much more classic, much more understated. When I put this on the wrist, for some reason, it's not the Oris Big Crown Pro Pilot. It's not like that. But I do. This is a very legible. It's a very, very legible watch, and I do like the date complication, and I do like how there's two different finishes on the dial, um, and I like how the hands are very sharp and mirrored. Um, there's just a whole lot to like about this watch, and the fact that you can get it under 40, sorry, under $400 brand new is just crazy. So let's go ahead. I'm going to bring you guys a little bit closer here. So this is my Hamilton Khaki Field Automatic, and this is the 42. There's a few different things I really like about this. Sorry about the impromptu watch review. I'm sure you guys don't mind. I really do like the 42 millimeter on this. It wears quite well, and it still lays very, very flat on the wrist. So you're getting the automatic movement, but you're not compromising sleekness or wearability. So it still very much wears like a field watch. The crown is not threaded, though it really, really does retain a very positive hold inside the case. You get very, very positive retention. I'd have no issue whatsoever swimming with this. This is on a Barton, and it has, you know, the retained spring bars, so I really like that. You have a date complication, a little red blip on the second hand. Wears a bit differently than the Oris Big Crown Pro Pilot. This thing's actually a little bit bigger than the Oris Big Crown Pro Pilot, but very much a field watch, so I really like it. I'm back. And so, yeah, really do love this. Andre says, that's a nice hammy. Like the Khaki King, though, Day Day is surprisingly useful. You're right. And certain things I do love about the day date complication, but I often find myself opting for simple date complications. So for some reason, day dates take up a lot of the dial, and I don't want every one of my watches being a day date. It's actually the same reason I chose the date for my Oris Big Crown Pro Pilot and not the day date. It's because I rarely forget which day it is, but I very regularly forget what the date is. Let's read about what some people. Ziggy's here, says, hey, brother. Alan says, you're only as old as the watch you wear. Beautiful watch, my man. Thank you. Dang, I should stop wearing my great grandfather's Elgin then. Chi-Town, California certified T3 bot is wearing an Oris Big Crown Pointer Date Blue. Very nice choice. Thinking about getting a red one. Those red dials look pretty cool, am I right? True Liberty, a very nice viewer, says Breitling Seawolf, for the old people who need to be able to read dials, you should get one, old man. John L, certified T3 bot, says, did Jory finally get a Creeder Aichi? Okay, so I don't want to burst anybody's bubble. I'm gonna address this here on the live stream. So many of my awesome viewers have guessed that I got myself a Creeder Aichi 2. I'm balling, but I'm not that balling. Okay, let me be clear. Unfortunately, guys, not to disappoint anyone, I'm working very hard. Creeder Aichi is still a little bit out of my ballpark. Okay, so I didn't get a Creeder Aichi 2. I know a bunch of people were guessing that. Hate to burst your bubble because you have no idea how happy and proud I would be to tell you guys that I got an Aichi. I didn't. Wish I did, but the watch I got is. Here's another hint. Actually, here's a hint. The watch I got myself is actually a Grail that I put above the Aichi. That's number one. I put this above the Aichi. And number two, it's been a Grail of mine since before I even knew about Creeder. Those are two huge hints. So this is something that's actually above the Creeder on my list that I knocked off. And it's also a watch I've wanted since well before I even knew about Creeder. Those are two huge hints. Stephen Lee from Harlem. Woo! What's going on? How's Harlem? Jason Grief says the strap on that hammy looks cool. Jory, where is it from, dude? This strap is a Barton canvas. Believe it or not, I actually like these better than Cordura because they wear a little bit thinner. Cordura is very durable and very nice, but they put a leather backing. Hadley Roma puts a leather backing on their Cordura, and then Barton makes this is just canvas, so it wears quite light, and I love sailcloth. I love these canvas, and I love Cordura. I don't think you can really go wrong with any of those. The reason I didn't put this on a NATO is because I looked at my collection, and more and more and more and more and more of my watches are on NATOs, and I was like, okay, I want this to wear like a field watch, but I don't really want a NATO. So I put this on a Barton. I'm not affiliated with Barton yet. However, Barton has reached out to me, and we may be doing a giveaway in the near future. I think that would be cool. So if you guys are interested in learning more about Barton straps, I could talk to those guys, and maybe we could get some more straps for the channel, and I could do a giveaway. What do you guys think of that? J Rods says, "Happy birthday, buddy! If today's the day." Well, today's not today's kind of my birthday weekend, right? So my birthday was on Wednesday, but Connie was out of town on the weekend before my birthday, but she's back now. So we are kind of doing the celebration this weekend. So birthday wishes are still very much appreciated. Um, Dean says, own many Barton, really nice straps. Jay says, can someone fill me in? What was his Grail watch to himself? Okay, I haven't told anyone yet. So don't worry. Because the watch is actually not here yet. Okay, once it comes in, I'm going to film a video and I'm going to show it off. Cowboy Swami with a super chat. Your Grail is a white gold president. I can't confirm nor deny that, dude. I want to show you guys the video. What I will say is it wasn't a Creeder. And this is something I've wanted since long before Creeder. Jarogo 92 says, just say it's your birthday month. Theo PF, another really great viewer, says, tell her. Carter says, do you know when you're getting it? Potentially next week it comes in. So very, very, very excited. Chi-Town, California certified T3 bot says, Invicta Russian diver. Remember that video? Luigi says, hey Teller, what do you think about the Longines Hydro Quest versus Oris Aquis? I don't have much experience with the Hydro Quest. I have some experience with the Aquis. I can tell you the Aquis is an amazing, amazing, amazing watch. Punches way above its price point. The only thing that you have to get used to is that it has an integrated bracelet or strap. So if you wanted to change the bracelet, you'd have to get another Oris strap. So, yeah, I would go Oris personally. I love that company. Yes, I got an Invicta Pro Diver for my 30th birthday. Do I have a Nighthawk ProMaster? I do. And it's a great watch. Really cool. Very busy dial, but very cool. Stephen Lee from Harlem says, true, the integrated bracelet, super frustrating. It is frustrating, especially because that's a sports watch. Do you know what I mean? Like some vintage watches with integrated bracelets don't really bother you because you're not going to be wearing that in a multitude of situations. Whereas something like the Oris Aquis, you might want to wear that in multiple situations and you might want to change the straps. And it's kind of a bummer that they chose an integrated bracelet. That's kind of a bummer. Bevan Burke says he keeps ignoring Grand Seiko comments. What was your comment? Greem says, I'm starting to use Tim Ford as a euphemism. Oh, Tom Ford as a euphemism for overpriced. How much do you pay for your hair? Okay, let me read this again. I'm starting to use Tom Ford as a euphemism to mean overpriced. How much do you pay for your hair? Tom Ford. My toupee? This is an expensive toupee, if I'm honest. So this toupee is hair. I actually buy it. It's human hair. My beard's real though. That fellow there, certified T3 buys here. 01 Walker says, what's up, Grandpa LLJK man? Welcome to the 30s. J Rod says hair is on point. Luke says, hi from Manchester. If you're not a mank, you're a wank. That's all I have to say. If you're not a mank, you're a wank. Jeff says, did you see Fat Cat Collection's video response to your recent Invicta video? I have no idea who that is. J Rod's Cowboy. Well, that sucks. Haha. What was Cowboy's response? John Fry says, did I say it right? John Fry, certified T3 bot, says, Jory, I'm not in front of my computer right now, but do you have any Certinas in your Amazon store? I believe, yeah, I do. In fact, I have a very cool Certina Small Seconds that I love. Chi-Town, California certified T3 bot says Jory's toupee is adhered to his head with the tears of Invicta fanboys. Yeah, apparently there's someone that's made a response video. So funny. Invicta owners are offended by my latest video when literally I'm giving Invicta credit. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was actually complimenting Invicta, and no offense to these guys that are upset, the 5 reference numbers that I brought up in that video, they probably have never even heard of. So, no offense to them, I probably know more about Invicta than they do. So it's kind of weird. I made a whole episode talking about Invicta's really rich history with these really obscure, very cool vintage chronographs, the Inca Block Inca Stars, and then they get offended. You're making fun of Invicta. No, I just picked out some really cool old Invictas, and now you guys are realizing that Invicta has ruined their own history. That's not, it's not my problem. Jason Levine says Invicta owners also stand up for the other blank brands that blatantly copy other Rolex APs. Exactly. Vipul, I hope I pronounced your name correctly, says, hi, would you recommend Maurice Lacroix? So okay. That company is interesting. It looks like for those of you who don't know, they're a prominent micro brand, very, very prevalent on Instagram. You can see them. Seems like the interesting thing about them is it seems like they have a very high attention to detail. I know a few people that actually own some of their watches, the AP Royal Oak homage, and it does look like it has a very high attention to detail. Sure, they changed certain things up, like the bezel on the watch isn't totally AP, but for me, I'm not really super interested in another Royal Oak homage, so I personally wouldn't really hone in on that watch. That's just me. Scion says, "Hi, time teller. What's the best G-Shock according to you?" Honestly, I think one of the best G-Shocks anybody could ever get is just a basic DW 5600. Incredibly wearable. It's one of the easiest daily worn G-Shocks ever. It's not huge. It's not. Ooh, a really interesting piece of history here. You heard that, but I don't think you saw it. We have parrots, like actual tropical parrots, in this little suburb, and they're incredibly loud, but they're beautiful. They're bright green and red and like yellow, and they're big old parrots, like legit. And they're not native to this area, but what happened is that in the 1950s there was a pet store here that had a fire, and the pet store owners back in the 1950s released all the birds. And so all these tropical parrots that were brought in for this little suburban pet shop flew out, and now they live here. How crazy is that? So that's a really cool piece of history, some SoCal history. But yeah, that's, I don't know. I thought you guys would be interested. Chi-Town, California says loud but beautiful, just like Jory. I'm a parrot. J Rod says parrots. That's crazy. Just Me says crows about to steal Jory's toupee. It's okay. I'll just get another one. Ballin'. Uh, Dima says Jory. I'm not interested in another Royal Oak homage. So he got himself a Royal Oak for his birthday. It's true. Look into it. I didn't. It's not a Royal Oak either. I'm coming back around. That salmon dial, they call it salmon dial. It's more champagne, but that new salmon dial jumbo ultra thin that was released around Basel World, the SIHH 2019, around those shows. I forgot which one. Um, that that one reference It's limited, obviously. That one reference is bringing me back around to liking Royal Oaks. So I loved them, then I hated them. I'm coming back around. The Nautilus, I loved, and then now I hate it because I'm just sick of it. Maybe I'll come back around. The Vacheron Overseas in rose gold with the blue dial, love it. Blaine Townsend says, "You do a good job, kid. I enjoy your channel." Dude, those comments make it all worth it, honestly. Thank you so much, Blaine. You rock. I appreciate it. 3-1 says, "Happy birthday." Thank you, bro. Blaine Townsend with the thumbs up. Simon B says, "Yo, glad to see you, Jory." Thank you. I'm so happy. There's a plethora of my regular viewers. I apologize for starting early last week. I live streamed a bit too early, but it was because of my schedule. And not a lot of my regulars could show up, which was a bummer. So I apologize. I think we're going to be doing it around this time every week now. Kaner Batman says, "Happy birthday, by the way." Thank you. Million is, I hope I said your name right. Million is the best. Ola Jory. Shaked Lisak. I'm so sorry for butchering your guys' names. You guys have some really cool names. And from someone that has a pretty cool name, I'm giving you guys props. The thing is that I'm also an idiot, so I'm sorry for butchering your name. It says, "Hey, Jory, looks a bit cloudy over here, sunny as hell. Happy birthday." Yeah, it's actually, I don't know if you can tell. Where are you guys? Is this okay? I don't know if you can tell, but I'm getting little raindrops on my Warby Parker glasses. Um, so it's actually drizzling a little bit, but I freaking love live streaming on Saturdays, so I'm gonna stay here, rain or shine. But yeah, I'm getting a little bit. What if I just didn't wear glasses? What's up, baby girl? Cowboy Swami with the super chat. What's the criteria to be in the Holy Trinity, and why not Rolex? So, Cowboy, that's a very good question. I actually answered that exact question in this Friday's Watch Rant. If you guys haven't seen it, please um, go watch that. Obviously, when we're done with this live stream, but that's kind of what I answered. I think the Holy Trinity has to. Okay, so classically, I think the most common accepted criteria is that it has to be pretty exclusive, often cost prohibitive. They have to be very orologically significant when it comes to uh, relevance in watchmaking. And I don't think, okay, Rolex is obviously very prolific, but I don't think that they have as much exclusivity and as much panache as some of these other companies. Also, one of my criteria is that they have to push the envelope, right? So I think that Rolex has not really pushed the envelope, and they haven't deviated from their main catalog. And so I think that has worked out in Rolex's favor. Absolutely, right? They don't deviate. That's one of their main criticisms. Rolex never deviates from their catalog. But guess what? Because of that, because of their stubborn adherence to their own designs, people know exactly what a Rolex is. They have the perfect picture of what a Rolex is in their head. And Rolex has been able to foster confidence in their brand, and then now they have the largest brand equity that any other watch company has. So my criteria is that they need to try new things. They need to be fairly exclusive. They need to have a very rich history, and that's what I think constitutes being in the Holy Trinity. And uh, that's why I think honestly, Vacheron, JLC, and Cartier, whether you like it or not, deserve Holy Trinity status. Holy Trinity status. Now, people were complaining, why didn't I pick Longa? Longa has a very spotty history. All right, not only I would have loved to pick Creeder. Creeder is a fairly modern brand. They're also Japanese. So some people will be like, "Oh, you know, Holy Trinity needs to be Swiss." So I picked all Swiss brands. Um, Creeder, Grand Seiko, incredible. Also fairly new companies when you compare them to these other companies. But um, Longa has a very spotty history. They make incredible watches, but they haven't been around like some of these other companies have. And Cartier is often seen as a fashion company, and they do offer other things that are quite fashiony. But Cartier is also one of the first companies to make wristwatches. Period. So yeah, sorry about that. I missed a lot of comments when I was on that little rant. Brad Hanks says, I have the most boring white guy name imaginable. Well, Brad, it's easy for me to say it, so I appreciate that. Bevan Burke says, I'm into field watches now, thanks to you. Starting my collection with the Timex Expedition. Hey, man, that's a great little watch. I think I've recommended that in a video before. Dima says, Jory's not going to comment on TGV versus Archie, but, well, it sure is something. I'm not sure to what you are referencing. John Rambo says, love your beard. Dude, thanks, man. O1 and Walker says, pull out your Velcro wallet and buy some contacts. Amen. When you wrote me that comment on Instagram, you said, and buy a real wallet. I actually felt offended. I looked at it, I was like, this isn't Velcro. And then I realized you were joking. Rick says, happy 30th. 30 is not old, so don't bang on about it. You'll be fine. Thank you so much. Chi-Town, California says, Jory, does stroking the beard give you special powers? Yeah, do you know how in RPGs it's how you buff your character? It's how you put spells that protect your character? That's what it is. Papa Shark, my man, certified T3 bot says, Jory, what's the 30th gift? You're gonna see it hopefully within the next week. You guys will see it. And I am so freaking excited, guys. Easily going to be a favorite in my collection. Daniel Lee says, welcome to the 30s. Thank you, man. That fellow there, certified T3 bot, says the beard drew first blood. That's for sure. Rambo, first blood. Whoa, enormous super chat from Papa Shark, dude. You are the freaking man, bro. Thank you so much. Dude, $30 freaking super chat from Papa Shark, the man. Incredibly generous, says Jory gets beard buff plus 30. I'm buffing. Dude, you're the man, Papa Shark. Thank you so much. Alpha says, hello and happy 30s, Jory. Triple T. I want your advice. Should I mod my SKX to switch the movement for a hackable, or should I buy another watch? P.S. I'm very poor. Well, I honestly, instead of modding your SKX, I would put whatever money you choose to allocate to that towards another watch, honestly. I'm not a huge mod guy, but it's kind of up to you, man. I would personally put that money towards another watch. Scott says, what's your thoughts on the Black Bay 58? I'm in a nice neighborhood, so I don't want to start yelling. I'm very sick of the Black Bay. I think they're fine watches. I think they're made very well. I think they're incredibly boring, and I think Tudor is hurting their brand every time they release a Black Bay. Papa Shark with the $30 super chat says, now you can buy your dream Invicta. Oh, Invicta Russian Diver, Venom Reserve, Zeus Bolt. Seb's Place says, I know, bro, I'm just kidding. Justin Hill with the thumbs up. Justin Hill says, Vietnamese coffee fund. Exactly. Shaq says, best hour of the week. I appreciate that, man. Llama Wizard says, one thing Jory knows stone cold is how to milk the blank out of a birthday on social media. I don't think I'm milking it, dude. I think I'm just, I'm just excited. And I have all these new friends now, you guys. So why not celebrate with all you guys? Also, I work so much that it's hard to actually chill and like enjoy the process, Sometimes you got to sit back and enjoy. Mitchell Roland says, happy birthday. Funny enough, my son was born this morning. It's a good day. Whoa, that is that's an enormous event, Mitchell. Your son was born today and you're chilling in the live stream. Thank you so much. Well, Mazel Tov and God bless. That is huge. And congratulate Mitchell for the little Roland running around. That is huge, bro. Mazel tov. Getting my better half water. Exactly. Oh, man. That is enormous. Hey, another watch collector joins the party. You know what that means, dude? It means you're going to be sharing some watches. Yeah, everyone open a 529 and a watch fund for the baby. Yeah, you're gonna be missing some watches here in a little bit. You're gonna be sharing some. Like pretty much almost every G-Shock I had, I've stolen from my dad. So I hope you don't mind. Hope you don't mind that happening to you as well. He says, thanks all. Okay, back to it. I'll check in a bit. Well, Mazel Tov and congratulations, dude. That is huge. Joe Young says, love your channel. Well, thank you, bro. Love you, man. Papa Shark Certified T3 Bot says, hey, Jory. Hey, Papa. Thoughts on the Patek Pilot? I think everyone's freaking out about it. I think the coolest watch they came out with was the Baselworld release, the white dial. It was a GMT, if I'm not incorrect. I think that's the new Patek, the new white dial Calatrava. That was a very, I complain that Patek has released too many iterations of the Calatrava, but I think that the new white dial, I believe it's a yes, the Steel Weekly Calendar. Thank you. Papa Shark knows more than me, for sure. Papa Shark's collection is freaking ridiculous, by the way. He makes me look like a peasant. That one is the one to get, in my opinion, the calendar, because they found a way to give you a whole lot of information on a Calatrava without mucking up the dial. I think that is incredible. And they made it in stainless steel, which is fairly reasonable. It's still an incredibly expensive watch, but believe it or not, for that complication from Patek, it's actually a much more reasonable piece. So when I saw that release this year, that was on my winners list. So I'm not a huge fan of the Calatrava, but that watch, beautiful. So Pilot, cool. The stainless steel Calatrava white dial calendar, that's the one to get, in my opinion. You guys should look it up. Alpha says, thank you for your advice, TTT. Thank you for asking, bro. Thanks for chilling. We have some Korean written. I wish I could read your name, but he has a picture. He has an emoji of a watch. I wish I could read Korean, but I can't. So I'm just going to say annyeonghaseyo and 감사합니다 for joining us. I hope I said that right. Keith says, still banging away on the 30th thing. Can't wait to see the 40 and 50 TTT rants. No, the reason I am is because I made a reference to my 30th on a video, and people are still guessing which watch I got. So I'm not going to tell you guys to guess and then forget about it. And my watch comes on in the next couple weeks, so I'm very excited to show you guys. I almost accidentally said which watch it was. Eddie says, is Panerai a terrible investment right now? Yes, Panerai is absolutely a terrible investment. Their prices are going up, their quality is going down, and the counterfeits are becoming even more advanced than Rolex counterfeits. So I would not jump into a Panerai. It's unfortunate, but that's just the case. I've had about 3 friends have me try to help them unload their Panerais, and they all took hits. It's very difficult to unload a Panerai that you have. Will the market change? Yeah, I'm sure eventually the market will change, but I don't think anywhere in the near future. I think that company has some issues. Jacob says, happy birthday, Mr. Time Teller. Thank you so much. Brad Hanks, can't wait for the T3 retirement home tour. Well, hopefully I won't retire for a very long time, because I, believe it or not, I actually really enjoy what I do. Javier Vega says, your Grail has a moon phase. Maybe, maybe not. Alpha says, I follow you since the collaboration with Federico, but I often don't come into lives. Well, dude, you're here now, so I appreciate that. Chi-Town, California, certified T3 bot says, Jory, what do you think of the JLC Master Ultra Thin? I think it's very, very cool. JLC has been crushing it lately. Absolutely. I know that I hated on the Gyro Tourbillon because it's absolutely not a watch I would wear, but that watch is freaky deaky, man. That watch is very cool. True Liberty says all watches are terrible investments. That's not necessarily true. The issue is that just like with most investments, you have to put capital up front to actually have a long-term return, right? So a lot of people, unfortunately, write to me and they're like, oh, which Seiko should I buy that's going to make me money? It breaks my heart to tell them that watches under 10 grand, for the most part, they're not going to be incredible investments. Save for some super limited obscure ones. So, yeah. Stephen Lee from Harlem says, my baby's up from her nap. Have a good Saturday. All right, well, hang out with her. Tony says, happy birthday, man. Thank you so much, bro. Bevan Burke says, we're more excited than you are. Hurry up already. Jason Grieve says, can't wait to see the Reverso next week. I'm very excited too. John Fry says, you should create an alternate evil Jory character in the channel that loves Invictus and MVMT. They're kind. I mean, there's Kevin. Do you guys remember Kevin? Kevin's kind of a nuisance. There's also that dude that liked Invicta on the 5 Things I Hate About Invicta episode. I have a few different characters that join in on the channel. Do you guys remember Kevin? Yes or no? Because I'll bring him back. Richard says, where is Mrs. Jory? Asleep. Johnny Watches says, "What's up, bro? YouTube's notifications are substandard. Just got on now." Yeah, YouTube's notifications are incredibly hit or miss. I appreciate you guys that hit the bell icon, um, because I think it helps, but there's no way of actually knowing. So I appreciate it. John says, "Kevin." Both Johns say, "Kevin, bring back Kevin." Papa Shark Certified T3 Bot says, "What's your cat's favorite watches?" Well, Princess Seiko, obviously, is a big fan of Seiko because I named her after Seiko. And she likes the tuna because she's a cat. Link, he's more of like a vintage guy. You know what I mean? And a field watchy dude. I think he's more of like, I don't know. I think Link is more of a field watch guy. But Ari, my black cat, who unfortunately passed away, I made a video about it. She passed away last February. I have a picture on my Instagram from a very long time ago. Not a very long time ago, but a few, like a year ago or so. I have a picture where she is holding on to my Omega Speedmaster 25th anniversary Moonwatch, and so that watch I think is more dedicated to her. So yeah, rest in peace, Ari. That she's more of a speedy girl. Johnny Watches new member. Dang. Everyone, please welcome Johnny Watches, dude. Officially a certified T3 bot. Thank you so much, man. Again, not to harp on this. I upload Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then obviously I do these Saturday live streams, which are my favorite thing in the whole world. It's I could not update or upload as regularly as I do without you, certified T3 bots. Honestly, you guys help the channel so much. Only $4 a month. And some of the money comes to the channel, which is incredibly helpful. You guys are incredibly generous. You do not have to do that, but you choose to. And again, I have an editor, I have a thumbnail editor. We're constantly having to pick things up for the channel, whether it be a lens that breaks or tripods that break all the freaking time, cameras, batteries. I film so much, batteries just burn out on my Nikons. So every little bit honestly helps. Johnny Watches, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you to every one of my viewers, but especially every one of my channel members. You guys rock. I am here 4 times a week, filming more than that every week because of you. So thank you guys. So everyone, please congratulate him. Dean says, "I just realized I forgot until just now to push the like button. Hint, hint. Everyone, please like, like, like." Keith Halfle says, "I mean, you're stuck in that camera, so you might as well do another channel. Evil Jory for the win." That fellow there says, "What's next for the Time Away channel?" So I do have a very valid excuse for not uploading on that channel. And it's because I've been working on a very, very big project. Some of you guys, I've mentioned this too. I'm not, teaming up with any other production company or anything. I'm still independent, don't worry. But I've been working on an incredibly big project for my business. And I'm probably more excited about that than even my Braille. So there's still some kinks being worked out, and hopefully, when the channel turns 2 in July, um, it's going to be revealed to you guys. And yeah, it's taken a lot of work though to get this up and running, but I'm super duper excited. And some of you guys I've mentioned to it before, but it's going to be huge for all my viewers. So something very big in the works. So anytime I'm not filming or working, I've been working on this project, and so that's why I haven't been able to film like an extra piece of content. Um, and Rockstar South, no, I'm still independent. Don't worry, I'm not teaming up with any other production, but it's huge. So guys, I hope Neto or Neto. But yeah, it's huge. It's taking a lot of work, but I'm very excited for you guys. So don't worry. I promise there's going to be a lot more time away content in the pipeline. But it's I can only do so much. I'm one person. So man, if I had someone that could film me, there would be a lot more time away content. But I only have so much. I can only do so much at one time. But don't worry. In July, when this new project comes out, that's when we're gonna start up the Time Away channel. I feel so bad. That I've not been consistent on that channel, but I've been hyper consistent on the Time Teller channel. So you got to give me some credit. Mick Bader says, quick single response, best watch under 500 and go. Seiko Alpinist. Johnny Watches, certified T3 bot, says, can you do an episode on Breitling models Breitling models you like and don't like? I will. In fact, one of my this Wednesday's episode has a Breitling in it, so don't worry about that. Freedom Van says, Jory, does guessing your new piece win a contest? Yes, it does. I'll be sending out the base camp, the undone base camp, and a little care package of a few Wrist Candy Watch Club straps to the winner. Again, make, model, and material. A lot of people have just been guessing just the name of the watch. Has to be the material as well. Thomas Samsel says, just got here. What's the point of this live stream? Well, welcome. This is a wristwatch based channel. Every Saturday I do a Q&A so people can ask me questions about anything they want, but usually it's about wristwatches. That fellow there says the point is to save the world. Exactly. Typically my channel is just to have fun, but also to kind of save people some money because let's face it, people spend a lot of money on wristwatches, and if I can help even one person out by letting them know not to buy a certain watch or maybe to look out for certain things, then I've done my part. So yeah, get the guy who's holding this kid upside down. I hope that's that kid's dad. I think it's just the dad. Clever Coin says you're saving people money. Yeah, well, also let me clarify. I'm not trying to pretend like I know more than other people. Thing is though, is that like I've spent a lot of time like collecting watches. So if I could just share some info with other watch collectors, I feel like that would be valuable. And I've learned more from my viewers than my viewers have probably learned from me. So it is it's kind of selfish a little bit. I learned a lot more from you guys than you learned from me, but I'm trying to be better. And hopefully guys, hopefully you guys have noticed that my channel has gotten better. Hopefully you guys can tell. Andre says, how about a Flieger video? I got a Stowa handcranker here, and I really think you need to review one. Amen to that. Stowa makes really interesting watches. I'd love to get one to review. Also, I am making a pilot's watch episode, and Flieger watches are referenced, but the episode that is coming out on Wednesday is 5 non-Flieger pilot's watches, because most people, when they think pilot's watch, they think Flieger. Papa Shark, I've kind of made that episode already. How do you know when you have too many watches? I kind of made that episode. Matt Case Says, happy birthday, brother. Congrats on the big 3-0. Thank you so much, man. Velcro Valet sighting. Rockstar South, would you trade your Hamilton Field for an equal-looking big Pilot? No, I would not. I feel like, as far as quality goes, my Big Crown Pro Pilot is the Pilot's watch I would want. So, yeah. Jonathan Hernandez. You can never have too many watches. I agree. Thomas says, I'm a subscriber. I just thought today was your birthday or something. No, Wednesday was my birthday. I turned 30 on Wednesday. Colin Gonzi says, hey, I'm looking for a dress watch between $100 to $400. Can you suggest a couple that aren't Seiko and Orient? Between 1 to 400. That's difficult. That is difficult. Let's say check out Hamilton, but they're going to be more expensive than that. Someone in the comment section, help them out. Dress watches below 400, probably Tissot. Well, I know for a fact Tissot has some. Check out some Swatch Group watches. Tissot, Mito might have some stuff. Yeah. Vostok Classica. Yeah, Chi-Town, California says Tissot L'Occitane. Ian Chris Holmes says, hi, Jory. Greetings from the UK. Keep up the great work. Any chance for a review on Stratton watches, a retro USA brand? Well, Ian, I have some very good news for you. I've already made that episode. I actually reviewed, oh man, 4 of their watches, I believe. So I reviewed their newest line of bullhead chronographs and their standard chronographs. So check it out. Yeah, I reviewed 4 watches from Stratton. So please check it out, Ian. The episode that you want is already in front of you. The new Mito Patrimony, yes. Yeah, Mito is an incredibly underrated brand, dude. Burger Slayer, the man, says you can get a dress Seagull for that price range. That's true. For some reason, when he said no, Seiko or Orient, for some reason I was discounting all Asian companies. But I would say, yeah, Seagull. Why not? Ian says, cheers, mate. I will hunt them out. Yeah, check them out, dude. I thought that they were fun watches. My only criticism is that they were a bit thick. Faith says, Jory, why are most vintage watches below 40 millimeters, some even 33? Were meant small back then. Well, yeah, people were. Also, watches weren't seen as a prominent article or accessory, right? It was kind of just something you wore out of necessity. So nowadays, people wear watches as more of a statement piece. But I'm of the belief that the watch doesn't make the man. And if the watch you're wearing is the only thing people notice about you, you're probably wearing the wrong watch. So that's just my opinion. Of course, as watch people, we immediately look at people's wrists. But yeah, I don't think that a watch should be a bit understated, and it should add to you. It should be a compliment to the person. It shouldn't be simply the only piece that people notice about you. That's why I don't like these 50 millimeter plus watches from TW Steel and Invicta and some of these other companies. So that's just that's different strokes for different folks. Also, as Thomas Burnett says, watches need to fit under the cuff. I also appreciate that, right? I appreciate a watch that can be worn in more formal occasions, more formal attire, and also I kind of like the old school classic feelings of vintage pieces. But yeah, back then watches weren't really a statement piece; they were something you wore out of necessity, so they didn't feel the need to make them super duper big. James K, certified T3 bot and moderator, says standing room only in the live chat today. Daniel Lee says thick. Reading comments, reading comments, reading comments. So I was just thinking, I think you can get a Frederique Constant Classic Index for $400. I think you can do that. Someone look it up. James Dean. Whoa, James Dean is here. Is it bad to wear a dive watch with a suit? Oh man, an argument as old as time. James Bond does it. I think dude, I think you can do whatever you want. I don't think there's any rules whatsoever. When I make my videos, I'm telling you my opinion and my perspective about things. We don't like it. There's no rules. I just like the idea of having different kinds of watches. So, I like when I am in more formal attire to wear a dress watch. I think that's cool. Sometimes, who knows, I might want to wear a dive watch. I don't think there's any rules, man. Is it bad to wear one? No. Would I wear my tuna with a suit? Probably not. That bird isn't annoying at all. Adam, are you going to shave? Literally never. I'm just kidding. I actually do get it trimmed every week. Watch Display says, without my watch, I'm just display. Congratulations on your two-tone sub, by the way. You still have the bluesy, or did you get rid of that? Because I know you have the black and gold now. Cowboy Swami with a super chat. How are VC Vacheron Constantine movements? Are they worth it? I think so. I think Vacheron makes very reasonably sized watches with very interesting complications. Like their ultra thin overseas that just came out is incredibly impressive with a great movement and really interesting complications, and it lays incredibly flat on the wrist. I think Vacheron is the king of the Holy Trinity. Cartafel Senpai says, "What's up? Notice me, Senpai." Watch Display says, "Thanks, man. Bluesy is gone. I swapped the Bluesy for the ceramic Daytona." Well, that was a good swap. I'm more of a Bluesy guy than a Daytona guy. I'm very picky about which Daytonas I like, but your Daytona is sick, and that two-tone black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, that two-tone black and yellow is very cool. So congratulations, you have a very, very cool. Watch Display has a really cool collection. Reading comments. Danielle Ija says, "Flex them arms." You can kind of see it through the shirt. I don't want to tear the shirt though. Yo, I weighed in at 228 yesterday. Reading comments. Ooh, Steven with the reverso guess. Sumo getting discontinued. I'm not a huge fan of the Seiko Sumo. I don't think that watch does anything for me that like the turtle doesn't. You know what I mean? JG with the super chat says, "Do you think Renato watches are any good?" I don't know anything about them, bro. Thank you for the super chat. I need to do more research on that. This is Taco says, "What's your height, Jory?" If I stretch, I'm 6 feet even. That's what it says on my license anyway. I will destroy you. You know what sucks? I lost like over 45 pounds in 5 months, and that was a huge blow to my ego. But I can still pick up a house, so it's all good. Taco says, please no destroying. James K with an incredible comment that is very, very funny. Says Jory's 6 feet on paper, but it wears more like 5'10". It's 6 feet on paper, but guys, it wears like 6'10". So funny. As a watch reviewer, like that, I find myself saying that all the time. People get so mad because the Alpinist on paper is 38 millimeters. And then they're like, oh, it actually measures at 39 millimeters. Okay, so well, it doesn't wear like a 40 millimeter watch. So I don't know what you want me to tell you. And then to add to the confusion, the SPB 089 Blue Dial Alpinist was listed at 39 millimeters. So people were like, oh my God, the Blue Alpinist is a millimeter bigger than the green one. No, it's just that Seiko realized that they were being dumb listing the original, the Sarbo 17 as 38. And so they're like, dang, for this one, we're just going to list it as 39. They're both the same size, guys. Technically, it measures 39. It wears like a 38, 39. Big deal. So yeah, I'm listed as 6 feet, but I wear more like a 5'10". You guys rock, dude. Oh. Horror Mirror says, people my age taking pictures of their kids while I'm taking pictures of my watch. Yeah, I'm right there with you, dude. Shuttown, California certified T3 bot says, uh-oh, Blue Alpinist, bigger on paper, lost all trust in humanity, folks. Al29, come to inner city Baltimore if you need a challenge. Bro, have you ever been to downtown Los Angeles? Talk178 says, I'm a little late to the party. Happy birthday, brother. Thank you so much, man. James Dean, is the Alpinist 22 or 21 millimeters? 21 millimeter. Oh my God, I'm an idiot. It's 20 millimeter lugs. That's what I'm trying to say. What I was going to I have all these lug widths in my head. Alpinist is a 20 millimeter lug width. The reason I was getting a little tongue tied is because what's interesting is this 42 millimeter has Hamilton has a 22 millimeter lug width, and although it wears somewhat similarly to the Oris Big Crown Pro Pilot, the Big Crown Pro Pilot has a 20 millimeter, and they're within like a millimeter of each other diameter wise. So I think it's funny how they chose to give this a thick strap, but Oris was like, "Yeah, we're gonna give ours a more modest strap." But yeah, Alpinist. I'm sorry for the confusion. Alpinist, the Cocktail Times, they're all 20 millimeter. John, happy birthday, Jory. Have a good day. Regards. Thank you so much, bro. Appreciate it. Thank you for all the birthday wishes, guys. You guys all rock. Theo PF says, opinion on turtle versus mini turtle. So the mini turtle is an interesting watch, but it bothers me because they chose a 3 o'clock crown. I think if you're Seiko and you're making a diver, give it that 4 o'clock crown, baby. We all want that 4 o'clock crown. Just give us that 4 o'clock crown. Al29 says, doesn't look like Compton behind you. It's because I'm not in Compton right now. This is Taco. What's your prescription on those Warbies? On those Warbies, though. You know, I don't know what the prescription is, but I definitely need them. I have astigmatism in both eyes. Happy birthday from Ukraine. Thank you so much, bro. Raj is here. He says, hey, T, I'm finding it hard to find the time to tune in. Well, you have a kid and you have a life. So I'm not going to take it personally if you don't join in every week. But you're here most weeks, and you're such an incredible viewer, and you're my friend, so I don't take it personally, bro. Greem says 4 o'clock date is the sign of a devil. You're absolutely right. There aren't a lot of 4 o'clock dates that I like. Now, 4 o'clock crowns are separate. 4 o'clock crown on a Seiko, but a 4 o'clock date? I am just not a fan, man. Some watches do it very well, and some it's just hideous to me, and I get very. It's like it triggers me. I hate using that word. Chi-Town, California, certified T3 bot. Samurai also has a 3 o'clock crown. Yeah, that's true, and I don't like the Samurai, but that's not really the reason why. It's because the lugs are huge. The crown is way oversized. The crown guards are chunky, and it's a boring, ugly watch. That's why I don't like the Samurai. It's not because it's poorly made. It's just because it's ugly. William J. I didn't unveil or reveal the. Oh man, I almost said it. Dude, I almost said which watch it was. I didn't reveal the watch yet, but in the next couple weeks when it comes in, you guys will know. Someone may or may not have guessed it already. Johnny Watches certified T3 bot says there are 43 likes so far. I see 69 likes. We can trick him into a reveal, says James. Oh my god. Cowboy Swami, unfortunately, it's very bad. Not to get political, but it is getting very bad here. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do, guys. Oh, James K with a little reverse psychology. Just kidding. Here's what we're gonna do. I want you guys here guess. Okay, just simple answers, simple guesses right now. Which watch is it, and the material? Just simple. We don't have to do reference numbers or anything, but brand, make, and material right now. Guess. I'm not going to necessarily confirm or deny, but I want to see who's coming close. So say it. Come on. Very, very simple. Just boom, boom, boom. Make, model, material right now. Because some people were only saying the make, and that's not the criteria. Dang, I would love to tell you guys. Jory has that poker face. Poker? I barely met her. James K. We've got him now. We've got him right. Cowboy Swami. White Gold President, I won. You Get So Alone says two-tone Rolex President. Did they make a two-tone President? It's not that, but I don't know if that even exists. That would be very cool. I don't think they made a two-tone President. James K. Certified TV bot and moderator says, tell us or Embro will never let you out of the camera. Methinks Jory has more than one Grail watch. Well, I do own more than one Grail in my collection, but this birthday I only bought myself one watch. And bro will never let you out of the camera. Cowboy, I want to tell you guys. I absolutely want to tell you guys, but I don't know if it'd be fair to the other people. Taco, what grails do you already own? So believe it or not, the tuna was a huge grail of mine once upon a time. That was like a big desire when I first learned about watches. I always wanted a Seiko tuna, but believe it or not, guys, that was a pretty penny for me. That watch was going for like $1,300, so that was like a lot of money for me. And so, yeah, that was a big watch to check off the list. Obviously, Submariner, Speedy, those were all watches I considered grails, and I was lucky enough to own them, um, and still own them. And like Cartier Tank, always wanted a tank, and I mean, I almost said it again. Which watch? But Chi-Town, California certified T3 bot more often than you guys think. He says, how often do you wear your Submariner? My 16800. More often than you think. Why don't I take pictures of it? Because unfortunately, the Instagram watch community is filled with Submariners, and it's just not that interesting. And everybody and their mother has a video on a Rolex Submariner. So, that's a watch that I absolutely love, especially with the matte dial and the patinated indexes, and how it's aged very well. It's just not terribly interesting to a lot of people because it's a Submariner, and the whole point of my channel is to show people other watches. So I wear it more than you guys think, probably. But it's yeah, I don't show it off as much as I probably should. I don't wear it as much as I probably should. Especially in October, I got the Explorer 2, and that was that's a very fun watch to wear. But excuse me, but and it's actually a bit lighter. It's a bit lighter than the Submariner. William J says we need more likes. We won't tell the other people. Dima says a grail watch should be gold, only gold. The original grail in the biblical time was gold, so modern grails must be gold too. Well, I don't think you have to take it that far. I also don't think you need to define what a grail is to another person, right? I think a grail is something people covet themselves, right? I think a grail is something that someone personally has really aspired to attain. And so, again, for me, the tuna was a huge grail. When I first learned about watches, I remember learning about this Seiko tuna, and I was like, dang, that's a watch I really want. Now, it was very expensive for me. So, yeah. JG with Super Chat says, just watch this. Tick, tick, tick. You are getting very sleepy. Once you read this, you will awaken and tell us your new grail. Invicta Russian Diver. Carlo, a grail is something unattainable. Not necessarily. A grail is something that you may perceive to be unattainable. For instance, again, believe it or not, I wasn't sure at some points if I would be able to spend the money on a tuna. So therefore, that is kind of a grail, right? When I first learned about watches, I didn't necessarily have a ton of money. So, yeah, that was very much less attainable to me. And guess what? Life changes, hopefully for the better. What's up, Papa Shark certified T3 bot? Put the kid to sleep. So yeah, like again, you'd hope to progress through life, and yeah, a grail isn't necessarily something unattainable. A grail is something that may be perceived to be unattainable that you work towards, and guess what? When you get it, it's that much more sweet. Yeah, I got myself a Hublot Big Bang, guys. Fair enough. It's odd how people have like 5+ grails. Well, I'm gonna blow your mind, Dima. The watch I got myself for my 30th, it's a little moth. The watch I got myself for my 30th, I didn't ever think I'd be able to get necessarily. All right. Daniel Lee with the super chat. Thank you so much. So, yeah, like life changes, right? And you work towards certain things and you hope to maybe, if you're lucky, attain certain things. So the watch I got myself for my 30th was perceived by me to be a little less attainable, something I might not be able to allocate money to. But I worked hard and I did my research. I had patience, because that's the name of the game, right, guys? Having patience. And I sacrificed things, not buying other watches that I could get. And I got myself that watch. And I'm not, I almost said it. I'm not going to tell you. Um, and yeah, that was a big deal for me. For instance, guys, when the Beverly Hills Grand Seiko boutique opened, I had pretty much pick of the litter of watches there. I showed up. They took everything out of the box. It was very, very fun experience. And everybody there super nice when I went. I had an incredibly amazing price on a brand new uh, Grand Seiko Snowflake, the Spring Drive. I was going to pick one up, but I had patience because I knew I wanted a J14070. I'm a big vintage guy. I wanted that watch so bad. I've seen pictures after picture after picture. Has such an interesting history, the Grand Seiko J14070. I was like, man, if I could just find one that was attainable, and I was like, I could get the Snowflake, the Spring Drive, the amazing finishing. It's such an incredible watch. It feels light but solid. And I was like, but if I put the money towards this, it might take me a little bit further from this watch that I really, really want. And then guess what? A few months later, I found a Grand Seiko J14070, and I got that. Sometimes you just need to have a lot of patience. So I don't know. That's kind of one of my rants. Sorry for the rant, guys. But I'm 30, so I'm an old man, and I just tell really long stories. James K, certified T3 bot moderator. We have ways to make you talk. Joey's World Tour reference. Who watches Joey's World Tour? We have ways to make you talk. Woo, 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 woo. Major something. When will you reveal said grail? Give me a week or two, because it's still coming in. It may or may not have been in another country. Andre, how many times has your grail changed since you started this channel? Exposure to different watches and opinions must have influenced you over the years since you started. Well, I'm very fortunate to be somewhat young in the game. I'm not quite 2 years in yet, but you're absolutely right with the influence and opinions and exposure to different ideas. So I have learned a lot from my viewers and my friends. I consider you guys my friends, my regulars. Um, has it influenced me much? Not really. I wouldn't say influence, because um, I don't know if it's something to brag about, but I'm kind of I'm a bit stubborn in certain ways. When I see something I want, or I decide something I want, I go after it. And I don't want to say that makes me close-minded. I don't know how to, like, there's certain watches that you guys know because you guys are guessing them. There's certain watches that you guys know that I have wanted, right? And just like the watches that I've been lucky enough to attain in the past, the Tuna, Cartier Tank, Grand Seiko J14070, Submariner, these types of watches, when I learned what I wanted, I practically had tunnel vision, and I was like, this is what I want. I'm going to work towards these watches. And yeah, so maybe it's a little bit of me being stubborn, um, but that's yeah. I also don't. When I was younger, I used to brag about being stubborn, so I was very hard headed. Um, Now in in my old age, um, I realize that being stubborn just means you're unable to adapt. And I think in business and in life, and being a man, you need to adapt. You need to be able to adapt, but you can't lose sight of your convictions, and you can't be easily influenced. You need to be able to hear other people and understand where they're coming from, but you also need to understand how you feel and where you come from. And so, to answer your question, how often have my grails changed? To be totally honest, in the past year and 10 months, or however long I've been doing this, almost 2 years, um, they haven't changed much. I've been very focused on a certain watch, and you guys, some of you guys know what it is, actually. Some of you guys know what it is. Carlo with the super chat says, I'd it the most expensive watch that you have. I think it's what is the most expensive watch you have? Let me think about that. I'm going to read some comments and let me think about that. BT, did anyone guess the right grail? Yes, someone has guessed it. Who's Jory's mailman? Johnny watches certified T3 Wait till you tell the joke over and over again. The same joke, and then you've stepped into your post 30s. Yep, dad jokes. Did you hear the one about this? Yes, Dad. Hey, did you hear the one about this? Yes, Dad. They're still always funny though, so I can't complain. NorCal Luxury says, if you trimmed your beard, you'd look younger. Trust me, I'm 43. Taco says, it makes you determined. Al says, long stories equal life experience. Talk178 says, you're focused, not closed-minded. I appreciate that. Taco says, determination, Jory. James K says, Jory sets his focus on something. When Jory sets his focus on something, he gets it. Grail, Connie, whatever. I'm going to be totally, okay, so NorCal says, being stubborn means you're determined. Taki says, correct. Okay, so you guys joke, James jokes about Connie. This is gonna sound a little creepy. I knew I wanted to be with Connie before she even like gave me the time of day. So when I saw her, I was like, "Dang, that girl's cute. I hope I can talk to her." It's gonna be very uncomfortable because I'm nervous, and she denied me 3 times. So determination and persistence pays off. So I'm telling you. You guys joke about Connie, but James says Jory got out of his comfort zone for Connie. Yeah, it wasn't because I was uncomfortable talking to her. I knew I wanted to talk to her. It was uncomfortable because I was terrified. But Carlos says, I mean, is your latest Grail the most expensive watch? Oh, okay. So is my Grail that I just got? Taco says JLC Reverso confirmed. Is my Grail the most expensive watch? So the interesting thing is, you guys know, like, would you consider me a vintage collector, guys? Daniel Lee, he wins automatically because he's the 69th like, apparently. Okay, would you consider me a vintage collector? Ask me that first, or answer me that first, and then I'll answer that other question. Talk178 says, every man has a little bit of that. If you aren't terrified once in your life, you're not growing. Amen. Get a little freaky, man. You got to get a little freaked out. Papa Shark Certified T3 Bot says, what watch would you wear to your own wedding? Well, Papa Shark, this is going to be a huge hint for you guys. It's either going to be my Grand Seiko J14070. It's either going to be my great grandfather's Elgin, or the Grail that I just bought myself. That should be a huge hint for you guys. Bremen says, yes, vintage. John says, not really. James K says, Jory does some vintage. Ashley says no. Okay, so to be perfectly honest, I do kind of consider myself a bit of a vintage collector. So is my Grail that I just bought right now the most expensive watch I have ever purchased? It's hard to say when you look at some of the values of the watches in my collection, right? Like the prices on the J14070 are pretty ridiculous. Um, Prices on the Grail I just got are pretty ridiculous. That's why I've had patience to try to find them at good prices. Uh, the Submariner 16800, especially with my my Submariner's condition, the prices on that are pretty ridiculous. So, hard to say. Would I consider my Rolex Explorer 2 vintage? Not really, because I think in like commodities, things that things that are to be considered vintage have to be 30 years old, apparently, and then antique is even has to be some other age. So I don't think technically my Explorer 2 is vintage. Guys, I didn't get a Creeder Aichi 2. I wish I did. I'm not that ballin'. Papa Shark says, "Oh crap, it's an Invicta." Yeah, dude, that's what I used. You told me to use my super chats towards that, so that's what I did. The Sean Murphy Journal says, "Walk a straight line and never turn back." Amen to that. Brandman says, "Yes, a vintage collector." Yeah, so that's kind of what I'd say. It's hard to say if this is the most expensive because I'd have to value, I'd have to look at the prices on all my vintage watches as well. Raj, no, I have not revealed it. Yusuf Bobat says, if you could choose three watches from John Mayer's collection, what would it be? Okay, he had in his second Talking Watches, he revealed that 1985 solid yellow gold Daytona. That's a watch that I would absolutely rock. You know who also has, you know who also has that is the lead singer of Maroon 5. Um, so that's one I would pick. I believe he also has a tritium mill sub. I believe I would pick that one too. Oh man, I'm trying to think of something else. He has some ridiculous Pateks also, so I don't know, but those two. Taco says yes, he has a tritium mill sub. So tritium mill sub, it's not a 60. It's as as always, I get a phone call in the middle of my Saturday lecture. I would not get the Rainbow Daytona. I would get the tritium mill sub that he has. I would get the 1985, the mid 80s yellow gold Daytona, because that's, dude, you want to talk about unattainable grail? That's one of them. Um, and I don't know about what the third, but those two would be for sure. Bevan Burke, you're right about that. You can't assess value because it increases, decreases, blah, blah, blah. So what I would say is my latest grail is up there. Yes, it's up there. It's one of the contenders to being one of the most expensive. I haven't done a review on edicts or edicts or however you want to say it. People will correct me on anything. Rolex Milgauss Green Crystal done. Well, Johnny watches. It's not that. Oh, you guys want to know something funny? Remember how someone just asked me if my uh, if my grails have changed. They have changed, but not since starting the channel. It's more so just as I've learned a little bit more. When I was younger, I did a lot of shifting about what I wanted. And when I first got into watches, I was really into the Milgauss. Milgauss was a huge grail, and I never thought I'd be able to even get a Rolex. I never thought I'd be able to even own a Rolex, guys. And then once I got a little bit older and I learned a lot more, I think the Milgauss are very cool, but it's not a grail for me anymore. It's not a watch that I want. So, yeah, things have changed. It's not really, it's on my list of watches that I might get, but it's not on my short list. We'll say that. So yeah, things change. Would I ever buy or wear a Richard Mille? No, never. Literally never. Sakari 1138 says with the super chat says we won't correct you on anything. That fellow there, certified T3 bot, gotta run. Have a great weekend. Well, later. Thanks for joining us, brother. Sean Murphy says 1973 Seiko. What's it worth? Depends on the Seiko, my man. Papa Shark certified T3 bot says, Jory, what's a watch that was super disappointing in person? That's such an incredible question. That is a very, very, very good question. A watch that was very, very disappointing in person. Oh man, give me like 2 seconds to think about this. Okay, this is gonna upset some people. The current Daytonas are not my thing. They're not really my thing. And when I finally got to get up close to one, I realized that it is not really anything that I would want. So that was a very disappointing watch, especially with all the hype around them. That's a disappointing watch. Papa Shark just bought a current Daytona. You and I might have different taste there, but you have an incredible collection. So I'm not trying to hate on that there. Another watch. There are a few, dude. There are a few watches that are very disappointing in person. Some of the, oh man, it's a lot of Panerai, dude. Panerai, you got to be picky with Panerai. A lot of Panerai are kind of disappointing in person, if I'm totally honest. I'm gonna make you know what, Papa Shark? Write to me on Instagram. I'm not kidding. Write to me and ask me that question because I'm gonna make an episode about it. It's gonna be one of the Wednesday list episodes. That was an incredible question. Give me some time to think about it because I've obviously spent a lot of time with various watches, and I need to think about it. Papa Shark, what's a watch that you were disappointed with in pictures but rocked when you saw it? That's another incredible question. Ask me both these questions on Instagram, dude. Please write to me. Let me think. Oh, that's a very, very, very good question. Because there's a few. Oh, I know. When the new American tank came out, the newer tank American, came out like a year and a half ago. If you remember that, I thought they were ugly. I was like, why did they make them so long? That's what she said. And then I went to the Cartier boutique and I put some of them on, and they're actually really cool. I actually really like those. So that's one that I didn't think I would like, and I liked it. Random Rob, super late, always good questions. What's up, Random Rob? Thanks for joining the party. Papa Shark, email me, jory@thesimpleconsultant.com. Ask me those 2 questions so I can remember them. Or someone else that has Instagram, ask me those questions because I'm going to make an episode about them. Johnny watches. Give me a second. I'm gonna need to figure out the most efficient way to let you guys know my PO box. The 1159 from AP, super ugly. Maybe my opinion will change when I see it in person. Would you be down to borrow my Halio Seaforth? Yeah, I would. Let's get it to the PO box. I'm gonna find the most efficient way to let you guys know because I don't really know how to do that. Look at this guy, this blade, trying to roll up on me. Should we use the PO box we've been sending cash donations to? No, we're not doing that. Don't worry, we're not doing that. But guys, I am. It's ice, people. It's ice. So we're gonna end it here. 101 minutes. Heck yeah, guys! I look forward to this every week. You're right. I do need a notepad to write down some of these awesome questions. Guys, I love you. You rock. What do I always tell you? Thank you. Well, first of all, thank you for celebrating my birthday with me. You guys rock. I'm very excited. Some of you have guessed the watch. That's all I'm gonna say, but I can't tell you exactly which one it is. Get out of your comfort zone, guys. We spoke about that earlier. Yelling into a camera in public in this nice suburb, it was kind of weird at first. And happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. You guys rock, and thank you for celebrating my birthday with me. You got to get out of your comfort zone. I know turning 30 was kind of a wake up call because I was like, Juice Man Shalom. So I was like, I don't know what to do in my, like, what am I doing? You know what I mean? You have that kind of reality check where you're like, am I doing the right things? Am I doing enough? Can I be better? Like, what is going on? And so that's uncomfortable, but you got to keep pushing through. So guys, keep going. Get out of your comfort zone. Do something every day that gets your heart going a little bit. All right, get out of your comfort zone. It'll pay off. And then next thing you know, next thing I want you to know is tell someone you love them, because you shouldn't go a moment without telling someone you love them. And I'm going to start it off. I love each and every one of you. Thank you for celebrating my birthday with me. You guys rock. You knew me in my 20s. You know me in my 30s. Let's keep going on to bigger and better. Let's crush it, guys. And I'm going to bring you guys along with me. I love each and every one of you. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there and all the moms as well. And yeah, I love you guys. So just remember, I'm Jory Goodman, the time teller in his 30s, officially my 4th decade. And on to bigger, to infinity and beyond. Amen to that. All right, guys. I love you. I'm Jory Goodman, the time teller. And always remember, I didn't invent time. I just tell it. All right, guys. Enjoy your Saturday. Have a safe, blessed weekend.